Governor Moino pays condolence visit on late CP Ayilara's family in Abuja. State governor sues for peaceful coexistence among Akwa Ibom residents as local government election approaches. President Bola Tinubu administration set to establish disaster relief fund for flood victims in Maiduguri. Stay tuned for details of these and other reports in a moment. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the news. My name is Mercy Ikere. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has condoled the family of late State Commissioner of Police CP Wahid Ayilara when he visited the wife and family in Abuja. He described the deceased as a quintessential officer who was dedicated, committed, and passionate about his job. Governor who was accompanied by the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Frank Achibo, and the Chief Executive Officer of Hensec Integrated Services Limited, Engineer Uwe Mukoko, maintained that the late Ayilara was instrumental to the laudable synergy among security agencies in the state and contributed immensely to peace and security currently enjoyed across the state. He noted that his passing was not only a loss to his immediate family and community, but more to the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, who, according to Governor, enjoyed a very robust relationship with the late officer and gentleman. The Akwa Ibom State Chief Executive assured the family that they were not alone, as the state will stand by them in their moments of grief, urging them to be consoled in the good legacies of their late patriarch. The state's Governor Pastor Moino has advocated for continued peaceful coexistence among elders and youths in the states as the local government election approaches. The governor made the appeal during an orientation campaign facilitated by the Bureau of Political and Social Reorientation and held in 18 Federal Constituency. Tagged, "It is time to right the wrongs," the governor was optimistic of an election devoid of thuggery and violence. It's held in Sribu Council Hall, Ikodedibu.
With emphasis on the orientation theme, the governor, who was represented by his special advisor, Bureau of Political and Social Reorientation, Elder Amanam Ghana, said thuggery and violence during election can mar the right decision and choice of candidates, and that it is a criminal offense, warning perpetrators of such vices to desist forthwith. He called on all, especially the youth, to embrace the right approach to successful elections in order to keep enjoying the dividends of his administration. A communication coordinating in Liza, Mrs. Rose Daniel, and the permanent secretary in the Bureau, Mr. Edek Msumuwara, gave clarifications on the implications of vices on youth and community, and for all to say no to these vices for them not to truncate the pace of the state.
This program is really coming to help us to develop our mind. We are ready to go. If you want to hear a group of character to lead, maybe that's not possible to now, but taking a people.
What we are here is to take a man's back to the way to embrace peace. The person giving us our power is a man that knows peace.
In their goodwill messages, the clan head of Obiom, Nsogun Obiandewa, on behalf of the Traditional Council in a Tinan Federal constituency, said the awareness created by the state government will help curb excesses during and after elections. Also, the council chairman representative, who is the secretary of the council, Engineer Utbe Asopia, spoke glowingly of the state governor's deeds in the state.
I would say it is a good day to lead on a picture with our people for the need for the people according to the state like the needs. There is need. We need more to break pressure and leaders all over the world in the presentation to go with excess. The country is now at time. I'm happy to be that the government, His Excellency Pastor Mono, has accepted that this national revolution come when the time will be it is time to right the wrongs. Election is coming up 5th of October and so much is expected of us. We can say that at least we will be the passion. But what we are seeing, what we are now already, it will be a free and fair election as usual.
Akwa Ibom State government has secured a 60 billion naira procurement deal for 2 Bombardier CRJ 900 aircraft to further boost the fleet of the state-owned airline Ibom Air. The state governor, Pastor Moino, made this known at a special event organized in his honor by Akwa Ibom's famous social-cultural group, Akbc. Tagged an evening with His Excellency. The event held at the Akbc International Headquarters, Uyu. The governor stressed that the purchase was done solely by the state government without any loan or third-party funding. Government House reporter has the details.
Reaffirming his administration's resolve on utilize state revenue in the most efficient manner to fund development projects and make profitable investment for the state devoid of financial facilities that would put the state in perpetual indebtedness. The governor said 25 projects will be kick-started and completed before the second anniversary of his administration, all without borrowing. According to him, nearly 50% of the over 70 billion naira decades-long gratuity burden of retired workers in the state would have been cleared within his administration's 15 months in office. He said he will make another release to that effect within the month and fund other people-oriented programs and projects in the state. Governor Moino thanked the international president of Akbc, Akbc James Edet, for galvanizing support for his emergence as governor and honoring him with a special gathering. He commended the organization's pivotal role in uniting the various ethnicities that make Akwa Ibom State, pledging to do his best to make the Mbogo and entire Bibi nation proud as their ambassador.
I am very proud to announce to Mbogo that we have released 60 billion naira to Ibom Air to acquire 2 new CRJ 900 aircraft from the state government coffers, and we didn't have to borrow. We have saved them from that. That if we were frittering away state funds this state will not have afforded to finance the purchase of that aircraft.
In his address, the international president of Mbarawi Bibiu, Lawrence James Edet, expressed his delight for the privilege of hosting Governor Minor, whom he described as the Bibiu son and great ambassador of the Mboro, while also acknowledging his magnanimity in appointing several members of the organization into his administration. Lawrence James Edet noted that the governor, through his administration's rising gender, has touched the critical sectors of the state and has moved the state forward at an impressive pace of development. He conveyed the commitment of the Mboko to support Governor Minor's administration and his endorsement for his continuity in office into a second term.
We meet like this among Parawa to plan for Igbo nation, to plan for Akwa Ibom State, and to plan for the future of our people in Nigeria. You are happy, put your hands together for the governor of this state.
Akbc News.
Journalists in Akwa Ibom are set to hold the first ever Media Stakeholders Summit. The one-day summit on the theme, the state of the media in Akwa Ibom State, the way forward, will hold at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, September 20, 2024 at the Nigeria Union of Journalists Press Center, Uyo. A statement issued on Sunday by the editor, the Crest newspaper, and secretary of the summit, Mr. Kufretuk, indicates that the summit is aimed at some reporters, editors, and publishers in Akwa Ibom State together for the much-needed stock taking, and that it will be co-chaired by former chairman of the NUJ and publisher of Straight News, Comrade Israel Omo, and the regional editor, Southeast Premium Times, Mr. Cletus Ukman, the chairman of NUJ, Akwa Ibom State Council, Comrade Amos Etuk, and the chancellor of the Conference of Online Publishers, Akwa Ibom State, Comrade Reverend Morgan, would present goodwill messages at the summit. A former chairman of the Correspondence Chapel, Mr. Dr. Idon Sadashimeri, will speak at the summit on the topic media practice in Akwa Ibom yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Other speakers include Mr. Doreen Kwaiswa, publisher of Media Pills International, who will speak on the challenges of media industry in Akwa Ibom State, and Mr. Kemia Simon, an award-winning journalist with the Mail newspaper Uyo, to speak on opportunities for media sustainability in Akwa Ibom State. Director, Center for Human Rights and Accountability Network, an international pro-democracy organization in Nigeria, Otuwekon Franklin Song, will examine press freedom in Akwa Ibom, while Mr. Ukbong, the regional editor of Premium Times, is to speak on ethical and responsible journalism in the state. The statement adds that, which is strictly on invitation, will have two sessions: a pre-summit session with media relations managers and a stakeholders business session. The Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has ratified the appointment of Ubodum Etuk and Co. as an external auditor for the Office of the Auditor General for Local Government. The ratification was given after the House received and scrutinized the report of its Public Accounts Committee at Tuesday's plenary. Legislative Affairs reporter Wilkuswa completes the story.
The Enikakpan-chaired Public Accounts Committee of the House explained the procedures it employed to choose among several auditing companies that bidded for rationale for recommending Ubodum Etuk and Co.
Mr. Speaker, the committee formally invited the firm for interview in line with the established rules and best practices. The interview was conducted on Wednesday, June 19, 2024, by the Public Accounts Committee in the House. The relevant practice books of the firm were examined. Their experience was assessed and thorough interview based on their expertise of the subject matter conducted. The committee also assessed the profile of the firms, past performances, due diligence, professional competence and compliance with relevant legal and regulatory framework for practitioners in the industry. Observation is the speaker of members. After thorough interview, the combination of the professional expertise and working experience of the firm, the committee observed as follows. 1. That all three firms are qualified auditors, but role to and code is better established with experienced auditors who are qualified in different fields of audit.
With relevant motions, the report was accepted by the House and discussed at the Committee of the Whole before its decision.
Those in favor say aye. Those against the ayes have it. Accordingly, the appointment is hereby approved. Clerk is hereby directed to communication to the appropriate persons.
The House at plenary also received a bill for a law to establish the Akwa Ibom State Aviation Training Institute to provide courses of training, research and development in relevant fields in the aviation industry and for other matters connected therewith. It was sponsored by the Ini State Constituency Representative Lawrence Udoide and 20 others. Plenary was adjourned to Tuesday, September 24. Uyoko Uswa, Akbc News.
The Uyo Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has arrested 5 suspected Chinese illegal miners in Akwa Ibom State. A statement by EFCC's head of media and publicity, Mr. Dele Oyewole, said the arrests were made at the Taikaiba village in Ibana local government area. The suspects were apprehended by the EFCC's Special Task Force on Illegal Mining following credible intelligence on illegal activities by foreign mining companies in Eket and Ibana local government areas. The arrested suspects are Zong Kingping, Li Zi, Bin, Cheng Monzu, and Cheng Zhen. They were caught at illegal mining sites suspected to be extracting ilmenite, a titanium iron oxide mineral. The suspects are to be charged to court once investigations are concluded. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has urged the federal government to urgently tackle the issues of security and economic hardship and social division in the country. This call is contained in a message issued by the CAN President Archbishop Daniel Oko in Abuja while felicitating Muslims on the celebration of Eid al-Maulud, the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Archbishop Oko called on Nigerian leaders to prioritize policies that will ease the sufferings of the populace and ensure justice and equity for everyone. He heightened the importance of fostering peace and understanding, urging all religious leaders to continue promoting messages of tolerance and coexistence. President Bola Tinubu Monday announced the establishment of a disaster relief fund in Maiduguri, Borno State to assist persons impacted by floods and other disasters. He announced this at Government House Borno when he visited to sympathize with the government and people over recent flooding from Alau Dam. President Tinubu, who urged the private sector to contribute to the funds, said the relief funds was already expedient as the climate becomes more unpredictable and many places in the country are vulnerable to its vagaries. The President thanked Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State, who is also the chairman of Governors Forum, Bauchi State Governor Bala Ahmed Mohammed, Sokoto State Governor Aliyu Ahmed, and other governors who look beyond party lines to bear the burdens of others. The President, while sympathizing, pledged his government's continued support for victims of natural disaster. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Monday unveiled One Nigeria Unity fabric, which she described as a symbol of national unity. The fabric was designed by a 25-year-old graduate of the University of Ibadan, Mofin Foluwa Bamidele. Ms. Bamidele went home with a prize of 25 million naira, emerged the winner of the fabric designs competition organized by the Renewed Hope Initiative and chaired by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. In a keynote address at the unveiling of the One Nigeria Unity fabric, the announcement of the winner of the competition at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, Mrs. Tinubu explained that the concept of a national fabric was inspired by her visit to Zimbabwe in 2023, where she saw a similar initiative. She said the One Nigeria Unity Fabric competition was launched in February 2024 and called on youths aged 15 to 25 to create a design that would represent Nigeria's unity. That's the package this morning. Many thanks for your time. My name is Mercy Ikere. Do have a blessed day.